Hi, Denise Battles, and I'm very privileged to serve as Geneseo's president, a position I've held since 2015, so going into my 9th year, amazingly. Welcome, and thank you all. I'm sitting here with the three of you as soon-to-be graduating seniors. We're about 2.5 weeks away from the big moment when you walk across the stage.
My name is Yara Bautista, and I am a Sustainability Studies and Women and Gender Studies major. In a way, a lot of the academic experiences that I've had in particular, I know that my Senegal Abroad program was really, really important to finding out more about my identity and figuring out more of who I am and what I want to do. And just that in combination with a lot of the relationships that I've formed over these past 4 years have kind of shown me that effort doesn't ever go to waste. Any projects that you engage with and any programs or anything that you start will eventually find its way to where it needs to be. And the relationships that I've made with people make it so that I know for a fact that there are other people that are passionate about the same kinds of things that I'm passionate about.
Okay, so a lot of connections between your interests, and you got to study abroad.
Yeah,
That's excellent.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It was a wonderful
Great.
experience.
Yeah.
I'm Josephine Lewis. I am a communication major with minors in Africana and social conflict studies, and I am on the women's track and field team. I think I've been really inspired by all the people I got to meet because of that click you get right away when you join a team. But I think I've also been inspired by all the diversity, equity, inclusion work I've done on campus, because when you do that work, and I've done it in the communication department, I've done it in athletics, and I've done it now with the Office of Diversity and Equity, it's cool to see the fruits of the work I've put in. So seeing people have those aha moments like, wow, I understand that, I know what that means now, or I've started this in my sustainability department, like seeing people want to have these conversations and seeing them grow and their understanding of different concepts has really been inspiring for me, for sure, and that's what I want to do when I graduate as well.
Hi, I'm Marcy Hogan. I'm a geography major with math and physics minors, and I am on the cross country and track teams. I think I had a point where it was difficult, where I was realizing that maybe my current major didn't really align with my passions anymore, and I think it took a little bit to realize that and switch to a major that I liked more. And so that was just something that just having the newfound kind of ability to recognize that, stopping something that's not right for you doesn't equate to failure.
Wow, that's a powerful lesson.
Yeah, so that was the biggest takeaway, and I've applied that too with just athletics as well, you know.
That truly is a lesson that will serve you well in life, because there are times when you pursue a path and you think it's your bliss, and then at some point it becomes obvious that it may not be.
Yeah.
I actually, when I went off to college, I was of two minds that I would be an art major. My dad was a graphic artist, and I had done some work in that regard, or a scientist, and they're seemingly very different. I saw myself either in a research lab or in an art studio. And it kind of goes back to what you were saying about passion. Yeah. Even though I chose not to pursue art, I went into science, became a geologist. I had that continuing enthusiasm for art. And so it was later on in my career that I actually connected with an art education faculty member, and we developed a course on art and geology. So we use geology to talk about art history concepts. Things like, and if you think about art forms, sculpture usually involves rocks. Painting involves ground up minerals for the pigments. And so I guess one of the things that I kept with me is that you can have these passions, and sometimes you kind of put them on the shelf, but that doesn't mean closing the door. And so you can pull those out. It may be that some of those things that you pursued early on, you'll come back around and say, oh, this is the thing, this is the connection, or this is the appeal. And it'll tie back to something you're doing that you can't even conceive of 10, 20 years from now.
Yeah.
People ask what's my favorite thing about being president, and hands down, it is commencement. It's being there, shaking hands, watching people come across the stage, and knowing that there are 1,000 or more people who are going off, being unleashed on the world, that I know are going to do amazing things, and also come back from time to time to let us know what you've been up to. Thank you for taking time out of your busy last weeks of your undergraduate careers to be here, and I look forward to seeing what comes next for each of you.